Hi there guys, welcome back to another video on the Retro Brown Solo Challenges. We're on day 17 of the month of Retro Brown and today we are starting with Beedrill, the bug poison type early game bug Pokemon, which always gets overshadowed by Butterfree in my opinion really, but for good reason. If you look at the movesets that we've got for Beedrill, and compare them to the likes of Butterfree who gets the likes of Confusion and Psychic, overpowered Psychic moves in Gen 1, yeah. Beedrill is far inferior to Butterfree. We're going to go with Jubbles for our rival again today, as he is one of the most prominent members on this channel. And we'll get started with the Beedrill run. So we're going to replace Bulbasaur with the Beedrill. That means that Charmander will be our rival's Pokemon, and give us the toughest time in trying to actually complete this challenge. So let's talk about the base stats. We know Fury Attack's going to beat this Charmander here. I mean, we'd have to do something really stupid to lose this fight. We've got 90 base attack, which is actually really good. We've got 75 base speed, which again is really good. Everything else is very mediocre, run-of-the-mill sort of things. It means that we're actually... it's not going to be too hard, but we're just going to struggle quite a lot to get past some major battles with the moveset and the stats that we've got. It's the point of an early game bug Pokemon. They're really good in the early game, and then they fall off in like the mid to the late game, and that becomes very prominent in this run, to be fair. So we start off with Fury Attack, and then we get Focus Energy at level 16. Yeah, they're two awful moves, and we don't really get our first good move until level 20. We don't even get any TMs and such until after Cerulean. We don't even pick up Mega Punch in Mount Moon because we've got Stingers for hands. Why would we need to punch? So, I don't really want to be level 20 to go and beat Brock. I'd rather beat him under level 20 because it's a lot of training up. And that takes a lot of time out of your hands. And because we're using Fury Attack of all things, it's such an unreliable move. It could hit 2 times, it could hit 5 times, but you'll never know which of the two it's going to be. Just whatever the random number generator decides it wants to do. And that's all we've really got to go against Brock. We do have Focus Energy as well, which means that when he starts using Bide, we can switch it into using that move to just stall out the Bide turns. And ideally what we want as well is critical hits and 5-hit Fury attacks, because if it hits 5 turns in a row, that one actually only counts as 1 PP, which does work in your favour a bit. But when you're going against the likes of a really defensively bulky Geodude, each one of those hits is only doing 1 point in damage. So, it's considering it's got around about 36 HP. Yeah, you really want to be doing those 5 hits and try and knock it down as quick as possible. We actually do manage to get to the Onix at level 16, but as you can see, we're on 1 HP. He goes for Bide. We can stall it out with Focus Energy, but it's just... we're going to have to get extremely lucky here to beat him with 4 PP left of Fury Attack. And unfortunately, he does go for Tackle in the end and will take us out. So we need to level up, and of course because we're getting into higher levels now, Viridian Forest's really not giving us too much experience, which means the end time is going to increase. We start off with level 19 with some really good Fury attacks. We get critical hit, and we hit 3 times, so that takes him down into the red pretty much. And we haven't used too many PP. We've been getting really lucky with the amount of times Fury Attack's been hitting, and we haven't taken too much damage from the Geodude itself. So the Onix is next. He goes for Tackle, we go for Fury Attack, and we get 2-hit Fury Attack. We miss, and then he goes for Bide. And then I misclicked and went for Fury Attack twice. I'd forgotten that he'd used Bide, and then we'd hit 5 times there. So when the Bide comes to hit here, I was thinking we're done. But I think Bide only counts the first hit of a Fury Attack. So it's actually not too bad. We could actually get a 5-hit Fury Attack and it will only do the damage of the first hit, which just seems pretty cool. So now we've beaten him, we can actually... Bide actually might be a viable option to use on the moveset for at some point. But at level 20 we get Twin Needle, probably my favourite bug move in Gen 1. Just because it's a double hit move, 25 base power, so it's essentially a 50 power hit move, and when it's To be fair, it's probably the most powerful bug-type move in the entire game. There's only about 4 of them, and I think only maybe 3 of them actually do some damage, so yeah, there's not really too much. It's the best of a bad bunch, really. We beat Misty quite comfortably, though, because of Twin Needle, and we can move on. We do get the stab bonus as well with Twin Needle, because it's a bug-type move, we're a bug-type Pokemon. So instead of being like a 25 base move, it probably actually is around about the 35 base. So that means, yeah, you're probably looking at about a 70 base move, really, when it hits both times. Well, when it's hit both times, then yeah, cumulatively it's about a 70 base move. I'm showing you this fight on the SSN against the Growlithe trainer because, yeah, I got a bit cocky, went in paralysed, and then realised I'm actually going to lose this one. So yeah, and then we got put all the way back to Cerulean because what I try and do, I try and get through the entirety of Vermilion without going to the Pokemon Center, because then when you dig back, you can save yourself some time because it digs you straight back to Cerulean. You don't have to go on the underground, you don't have to go through the grass. It saves you some time. It's actually worth doing, especially if you're trying to get the best times. So the rival on the SSN. We're level 29 now. We are going out of our way to try and beat more trainers than we need to, because we're so much like it's kind of like a Rattata situation in the previous video. We're a bit of a glass cannon. We can hit hard with the attack, but in terms of trying to bulk anything or try and stall anything out, we can't do very much. But we do manage to beat the rival first time. We can move on to Private Surge. So, Private Surge, he was demoted in the last video. In this one, let's see if he can give himself a promotion. We've managed to actually poison the Voltorb there, if you managed to see. I forgot the Twin Needle actually has a chance to poison. Nice when you find out little things like that. And of course, Surge does not get promoted today. He is still Private Surge. We can move on to the Exploding Hiker. Now this guy is going to be very difficult, really. If he hits us with multiple self-destructs, we're pretty much going to lose. But thankfully, Twin Needle is pulling its weight here. We go for Pin Missile as well, try that out, and then we get hit by self-destruct. But because we only got hit by 1, we managed to tank it even from the Graveler. So it's looking pretty good. We're starting to pick up more momentum than we were before. And then we go against this Pidgeotto. So this Pidgeotto is definitely going to be a problem throughout the entire run. I'm not too sure how we'll deal with it when it gets to the late game, but yeah, it's definitely a problem as it is right now. Twin Needle is not effective towards Gyarados because it's part flying, and we're going to have to try and figure out a way to get past it quite comfortably, and I don't think we've got the moveset right now which can do it. We're going to have to get maybe double-edged sword stance to be able to do that quite comfortably. It'd be amazing if we actually got Leech Life as a move in Beedrill's arsenal, but we don't get that move, because then we'd have another move which we can recover some HP with. Because of that, we can actually lose this fight quite easily. Annoyingly, Pidgeotto starts... How would we get past that Pidgeotto without losing any HP? Anyway, we're back to the Gyarados. This was the problem last time, but Fury Attack, even in this mid-game, is still the best play against it. I really want to get rid of Fury Attack as quick as I can. And we move on to the Kadabra. One hit takes it down. We've got a good amount of HP to take out this Charmeleon. If we can get a couple 5 hits, we are flying. We do. And there is the rival done. So the easiest gym for us in theory should be Erica's. Now, considering we've not had the greatest matchups with her recently, I'm not too sure how it's going to go. We start off at level 37. I've really gone out my way to over level a bit here. And we're going to go just for the bug type moves. It's quite effective to both of her, to all of her Pokemon pretty much, apart from the Tangler. It's just 2 times effective. And we take the easiest win we've had against us for quite a while. Going against Giovanni, we went against Erica first because we wanted to pick up Mega Drain. That's the TM you get from her gym. And because of that, we can quite easily get through any rock type Pokemon, any ground type Pokemon now. And the biggest problem now is going to be that Kangaskhan. We get the poison, we can Mega Drain to get a little bit of health back, but we're just too fast for that Kangaskhan and we take him down. So, once we've beaten Giovanni, we could go and do Silph Core, but considering how much we're actually really struggling, I think we need more levels, so we're going to go to Koga first and beat him. We're super effective with our bug moves against him, because in Gen 1, bug and poison are both super effective against each other. That means that Twin Needle is actually super effective against it, and we can take... Oh, we don't take an easy win. Screw you, Weezing. Okay. I actually did take the win from that self-destruct because we lost. That seems to happen every single time. We took the win, we took the levels, and we headed over to Silphcore where we can get Sword Stance. Now this is going to be one of our key moves for this entire run. It means that the likes of our Twin Needle is going to be even more powerful. We nearly take out the Gyarados in one, but we do get Dragon Raged. This fight is going to be a lot of good RNG. We need to set up Sword Stance. We don't want to get hit by Wing Attack because it does massive damage. And then we use Double Edge. We need to use Twin Needle on the Execute because it's 2 times effective. Gyarados, as long as it doesn't use... Fine. Okay. Alakazam, Twin Needle, and now we've just got the Charizard. Yeah, we're going to lose this one as well. We've got to figure out a better strategy. We really need to conserve some HP. But there's not really a good Pokemon yet to set up on doing that. We need good luck against this Pidgeot, and one Double Edge is more than enough to take it out. On the Execute, that's where we start setting up our Mega Drains a bit more. Mega Drain Sword Stances. And that means that we can get a little bit of health back from the Execute. All it's going to do is go for Reflect because of the AI, and then we can get our HP back. Puts us in a much better position for the Gyarados. We've set up better, and that means that now we've set up all of our Sword Stances. Twin Needle can just tear through his next two Pokemon. Double Edge is going to be a one-hit kill on the Charizard, and there you go. That's the strategy we needed. That's what I should have been doing to begin with. And that brings us on to Giovanni. Now, he starts off with Nidorino. Because we've got Twin Needle, it's going to be super effective. But I am going to set up my Sword Stances here. I want to be able to sweep his team. This is the whole strategy I've been coming up with for this entire run. You set up your Sword Stances, you sweep. You got to just be able to tank enough to go from there. Mega Drain also, when appropriate, is what you use to get your health back if needed. And that's pretty much the strategy with the Beedrill. That's how you get through. If you want a really hard hitting move, that's why you got Double Edge. Yes, you've got Recoil, but it's easily the best move you can have apart from Hyper Beam, which, if you don't take them out in one, does not help your situation. It gives them a free turn to attack. We could have really gone for Reflect on our moveset, but Sword Stance is just much stronger. We've got good speed, so we are going to outspeed things. We can take a brisk little swim down here to Cinnabar Island. Sorry, I'm still in that turn of phrase from Gym Leader Matt. I won't do that in the future. That's made me feel a bit icky. Not icky that it's a bad thing to say, icky that I've stole it. Anyway, Magneton here actually gave us a bit of a problem. I was trying to conserve as much HP as possible because I am going against as many trainers as I can here. This scientist, he's always a bit weird why he's just standing there, but we needed those levels to even go against Blaine. Blaine is a Fire-type trainer, if after 25 years you didn't know that. And it means that he's got super effective moves that he can just sweep us with. We want to be able to just take out every single one of his Pokemon in one. Twin Needle doesn't do enough, and because we get the critical hit there, the badge boost actually doesn't play into effect. It kind of runs over whatever stat increases you've done. We do get trapped in Fire Spin, of course. We get trapped in Fire Spin. Now Arcanine's out. We should have enough HP to completely... Nope. Need to try again. If we hadn't have taken so much damage from that Ponyta, we actually would have won that one quite comfortably. So we're going to do the same. We're going to set up our Sword Stances. I'm going to Mega Drain a little bit to get back some HP. Because if I'm going to do it on any of them, I'd rather start right at the start where he's just using agility on us because the AI thinks that's the most super effective thing he can do. And after a while, I just think, you know what, screw it. We're going to go for Twin Needle. Let's start sweeping if we can. Twin Needle does massive damage on the Ponyta. Rapidash is next. I'm going to go for Twin Needle again. It worked last time. And that just leaves us with the Arcanine. So Double Edge is the best play here. One hit is more than enough to take it out. And that is the Volcano badge. This brings us on to the last gym leader, and that is Giovanni. Considering we've got Mega Drain in our moveset, we should be fine. Honestly, we really should be fine. I'm going to go for Mega Drain, it takes it out with 1. Dugtrio's next. Mega Drain, it only does half. Okay, that's not looking good. I'm running out of PP here. Okay, I think I might have screwed myself a bit, but Nidoqueen is weak to Twin Needle, so we can use that move. I might need 1 Sword Stance to be able to do this. Nidoking is next. We are going to use 1 Sword Stance here, and Twin Needle should now be more than enough to take it out. We do miss a few hits though, and we're just down to the Rhydon on quite low health. So Mega Drain, we can get a bit of HP back. He goes for Stomp, which does big damage, but Twin Needle is all we need to finish it off if we actually hit it. Come on. Where was the accuracy lowering moves? Was it on the Dugtrio? That's really annoying. Okay, so we're going to set up on the Rhyhorn and we are going to sweep. Mega Drain does big damage. We've got all of our HP back. Dugtrio is next. I am going to go for Mega Drain. It still only does half damage because we've got quite low special. But 1 more Mega Drain takes it out. Next is the Nidoqueen. We have set up Sword Stances, so this should... It was a 1-hit KO. We didn't even need the second point of Twin Needle. And we've got much better HP for this Rhydon now, and all the PP we need. So, yeah, go into the fights with full PP, and you're going to help yourself out massively. So, that just leaves a few trainers left. We have the rival to the west of Viridian, the rematch fight. Let's see how we do, because this is going to be a good indicator of how we do in the Elite Four. So, we've gone for Double Edge to start off with. I knew that the Rhyhorn was coming up second, so that means we can set up with Sword Stance, and then we can recover our HP. So it made sense to use Double Edge to just begin with and get that Pidgeot out the way. We're back at full HP, we've got increased attack. Execute goes down to 1 Twin Needle. Gyarados is the big problem here. Twin Needle is not enough to take it out, and we take massive damage from the bite. Alakazam is next, 1 Twin Needle just takes it out. Charizard is next, and hopefully Double Edge, yep, it's a 1-hit. So, this is probably one of the highest levels I've had to beat to just even beat the rival Lair at this point. We can see how we do. So, we do want to get past this Dugong as quick as possible. But, one of the interesting things about her AI here, she has rest on that Dugong's moveset, which means the AI thinks it's super effective against us. Ergo, it's only going to use rest against us. So it gives us an easy Pokemon to set up on and just sweep when we need to. We wanted to get as much HP from that Cloyster as possible. Twin Needle takes out most of her Pokemon. And then the Lapras, this is the one I was worried about. We want to double edge it, but we get a critical hit. Second time we don't, and we take it down first time. Next up is Bruno. And we don't have the best matchup for him today. Of course, we've got Mega Drain for the Onixes, but we want to make our setups on the Onix. Once we've set up our Sword Stances, when it comes to his fighting type Pokemon, we can double edge our way through. Or Twin Needle. Twin Needle's not going to be enough to even take out the Hitmonchan. So yeah, double edge would have been the better play here. Yes, we would have taken Recoil, but probably we'd be around about the same position. Mega Drain gets our health back, and Double Edge is a 1-hit on the Machamp. So another easy fight first time. Agatha is next, and strangely enough, this shouldn't be the hardest fight. Most of her Pokemon are Ghost Poison or Poison types, so Twin Needle is super effective against them. The thing is, we do need to set up a Sword Stance or two. Once we've set them up, we can sweep. If we don't get put to sleep, of course, which is annoying because she then switches into Golbat and she confuses us. I misclicked on Mega Drain there, so that is bad strategy on my part. Really need to concentrate a bit more. So we know we need to set up Sword Stance. Perfect that she goes into the Golbat because it gives us a chance to actually set up. Now we've set up 2 Sword Stances, we should be able to sweep with Twin Needle. There goes the first Gengar. There goes the Haunter. Is the Arbok? Yeah, it's a one-shot on the Arbok. Last Gengar. And there we go. See, easy. You just need to go into it with the right strategy and you can quite easily get through. Lance is probably going to be the hardest one on this run. We don't have a good answer for any of his Pokemon. So we really need to set up sword stances as soon as possible and get good luck on that Gyarados. Because as soon as he uses Hyper Beam or bloody Hydro Pump, and then, oh, for God's sake, this is not going our way. And then he just decides to use Leer, so it actually did go our way in the end. Twin Needle then takes out both Dragonairs without even breaking a sweat, but it's not enough to take down the Aerodactyl, and we have to reset. So we're level 65 going into this. Dragon Rage is kind of okay, we can work with that. Hyper Beam, not the greatest, but with Twin Needle, it's not enough to take out that Gyarados. It's enough to take out the Dragonairs, which is fine, we can outspeed them, but we needed quite a decent amount of HP for this Aerodactyl. We wanted it to go up to Hyper Beam so we can do a few Mega Drains and then finish it off with Twin Needle. That then leaves Dragonite, who's only going to go for Psychic type moves because of the AI, and that means we can quite easily take him down. Not a problem whatsoever. That brings us on to the final challenge, the Champion Jubbles. Let's see how we do in this final fight. First off, of course, is the Pidgeot, and most likely it's going to go for, it's going to go for Sky Attack. And that's a one-shot. Most powerful flying attack in the game. So how are we going to get past this? We need to set up one sword stance. Not the worst thing if they set up sword stance, because we just take them out in one. Alakazam is next, and Twin Needle does massive damage. Rhydon, we can set up our final sword stance, and then we can Mega Drain to get our HP back. We're in a good position right now. Exeggutor is weak to Bug-type moves, and Gyarados, I probably should have went for Double Edge there. But he misses his Hydro Pump, and we managed to get through quite comfortably. We're onto the Charizard without losing any HP, and we get a crit. Not the best thing. Second Double Edge takes him out, and Beedrill has become the champion. I've got to be honest, guys, this was not a quick run. This is probably one of my slowest runs that I've done for quite a long time. Probably since the very start of my channel. And I'm not happy with how slow it is. We're level 67, 7 hours and 1 in-game minute. I'm really, really not happy with how long this took. But we've proven it is possible to beat the game with a Beedrill. That's the reason why we do these runs, and we've now got more videos coming up in the rest of this month for the Retro Brown, month of Retro Brown. Let's see what we're going to go with tomorrow. Poliwrath is first. I really want to do a Poliwrath run, but we've done so many water types recently, we need a change. Next up is Fearow. That has been coming up on the wheel quite a bit recently. I really hated that Spearow run. Last up is Ponyta. Okay, you know, I might redeem myself that I actually used Double Team on the Rapidash run, so we'll go with Ponyta. And that's it. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching. If you got to this point, please smash that like and subscribe, you legends. And we'll see you tomorrow for another video. Take care. Appreciate yous.